Hey there, let's talk about something. Can an ancient book, a really ancient book, actually help us with our messy, modern love lives? It sounds a little crazy, right? Well, let's see what the Bhagwad Gita has to say about it.
You know that feeling, standing at a crossroads in your relationship, just completely lost? Maybe it's heartbreak, maybe it's just you can't seem to communicate anymore. We have all been there. It's just part of being human. But what if the key, the actual secret to finding some peace in all that chaos, isn't in the latest bestseller, but in a text that's literally thousands of years old? Yep, I'm talking about the Bhagavad Gita. And believe it or not, it has some seriously profound things to say about our relationships.
Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, the Gita says something really powerful. It says the path to loving someone else, it actually starts with loving yourself first.
And the Gita puts this so beautifully in this verse right here. It really cuts to the core of what's going on inside our own heads. So let's unpack what this actually means for you and me.
Here's the bottom line. Your own mind can be your best friend or your absolute worst enemy. And the Gita teaches that if you want to love someone else freely, you've got to make friends with your own mind first. When you have that solid, self-loving foundation, you stop searching for someone else to complete you or fix you.
All right, so once you have that foundation of self-love, it leads us to one of the Gita's most powerful and honestly most misunderstood ideas when it comes to relationships. And that is detachment.
I know. Detachment sounds kind of cold, right? Like you don't care. But that is not what the Gita is talking about. It's not about being indifferent or distant. It's about loving selflessly. Think of it this way. Detachment is when you send that thoughtful text because you genuinely care, not because you're desperately waiting for a reply to feel okay. Your peace doesn't hinge on their response. See? It's about creating trust and freedom, not control.
And this is the heart of it all. You have the right to your actions, to love, to give, to listen, but you don't have a right to the results of those actions. When you let go of demanding a specific outcome, you make space for a real, genuine connection to blossom.
Okay, so we've got self-love, we've got detachment. That all sounds great. But what about the messy stuff? You know, the inner storms like jealousy, insecurity, or when communication just completely falls apart. Well, the Gita doesn't shy away from that stuff. It tackles it head on.
So when that green-eyed monster jealousy shows up, the Gita's advice is to bring your focus back inside. Instead of getting obsessed with what you might gain or lose, you anchor yourself in who you are. When you're solid in your own self-worth, jealousy kind of loses its grip. And that, right there, is how you build real, lasting trust.
And what about communication? The Gita gives us this awesome, timeless three-step path. First, before you even start talking, center your mind. Approach the conversation calmly, without your ego leading the charge. Second, see your partner with what the Gita calls equal vision, basically with total respect. And third, and this is huge, just listen. Listen without judging. When you do that, you create a space where you both feel safe and actually heard.
So you see, this isn't just some ancient philosophy. These are real, practical tools you can use today. And maybe the biggest takeaway is this: our relationships aren't just about finding happiness, they're actually here to help us grow.
And that leads me to one last question for you to think about. What if that biggest challenge in your relationship right now, what if it isn't a problem at all? What if it's actually the perfect opportunity for you to grow?
Now, if you want some help navigating all this, there's actually a really cool tool. It's called Atmavani. It's an AI spiritual guide that's built to take these huge ideas from the Gita and help you apply them to your life, to your specific personal situations. So when you're feeling stuck, it's a way to get personalized guidance. If you're looking for that clarity and want to build more fulfilling relationships, you can continue your journey over at atmavani.life. Thanks so much for joining me.